All right, good morning, hiking community. So this is Virginia section hike from Thunder Hill to 60, day 2. All right, so last night I stayed at Match Creek Shelter with Remedy. His real name's Gabriel. He thru hiked in 2015. His father, Bird Feather, name is John, and their son, Cedar. So I stayed in the shelter because everything was so wet around there, and it was so rocky. There really was not any great tent spots with those conditions. So it was really nice, and I'm talking loud here so you can hear me over this gorgeous stream that's coming down right here. Just awesome, coming through this canyon or whatever you want to call it. And stayed with them, so that was really nice. Good folk. Normally I don't stay in the shelter, so it was good to talk to some nice people, nice family outing that they were having. So anyway, I am back on trail this morning. So yesterday I did about 13 miles, started at 11:30. Today I'm going to be doing around 17 because I'm starting 3 hours earlier. 3 hours earlier. So should be able to do that additional 4 miles, no problem. We'll see. Muscles are definitely talking to me from last night or yesterday. I did sleep fairly good. Normally I see every hour. In this case, I did not. So I woke up one time, looked at my watch. I'm like, okay, it must be getting close to morning here. Nope, it was like 1:30. So hiker midnight was 9:30 last night, or 9 o'clock, and 1:30. So went back to sleep and turned a few times, but anyway, slept all the way till, gosh, I guess 5:36 this morning. Yeah, 6 o'clock. Look at that. It's just so pretty. They've had a lot of rain up here. Anyway, so feeling good. Got a blister. Kind of nursing that a little bit. Don't know how that's going to affect me, but anyway, if I do have this, see, and there's water is coming everywhere. Let me get across this. It's sketchy. So that'll give me about 9-ish tomorrow to come out. So that'll be good, and to drive the 4.5 hours home. So that's kind of the plan for the day. Supposed to be good weather. Somebody told me yesterday it's going to be 80 degrees. Don't know about that. Haven't looked at the weather. And so, okay. So, concerned item number 2 that we talked about yesterday. I had 3 of them. So this is number 2. And while we're in this area, I'll tell you what it is. Since we're in the area and you can see. So there was a sign, and you see all this is still part of the burn area. It'll be interesting to see if the fire jumped the James River. That's a huge fire break there. So we'll see when we'll get on the other side. And that's one thing that's kind of iconic that we're coming up on here in just a few is the James River footbridge, which is the longest river crossing or longest footbridge trestle crossing on the AT. We're coming on it here in a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see if the fire got over on the other side of the river. I thought that it did get on the other side of the river. So obviously blowing embers would do that. But anyway, what the concerned item was when I first left Petty's Gap. That's what the locals call it. I thought it was called Petite's Gap, but it's Petty's Gap, they say. When I left Petty's Gap, there's a sign there that, and I'm paraphrasing here, the sign says basically, forest fire, weakened trees, watch out, they may fall and kill you. So that was a little disconcerting, along with the bear warning. And then Remington, aka John from yesterday, he gave me another warning. We'll cover that later on in today's video, and it is apropos for today. So and that may be the scariest warning yet, but we'll talk about that later on in the video. That's a teaser. So stay tuned for that. All right, we'll put this sucker away. Enjoy this awesome little creek here next to me, and in the day, and we'll get back to you probably when we cross over the James, or maybe when we get to the James to show you that, and then definitely when we cross it over. All right, we are Charlie Mike NOBO. Well, I have to navigate around this big old blowdown, so I would but while I'm doing it, I had to step down here close to the river. Thought I'd show you the river, and you see how much it's out of the banks. It's up into the trees, and you can't see it. Maybe you can. Probably the glare's got you messed up, but anyway, down there is the footbridge. So head down this trail and hit the footbridge across the river and navigate around this, and I'm on the way. Gorgeous, gorgeous little waterfall here on this section. Drains right down into the James River down there. There's a little community across the road over there. I don't have a clue what it is, if it's even a community anymore, but this is an awesome time of the year to be hiking, that's for sure, and that's a really neat looking waterfall. Alright, I don't know if you can hear me or not. We're crossing the James River footbridge, built on top of the old abutments from the railway. White caps out here on the river, of all places. There's the new railway. The river's churning pretty good, and it's up into the trees. But this is it's one of the icons of the trail. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. And it is, wind here is gusting at least 30, 40 miles an hour. I'm gonna put this up before I drop it in the river. All right, I'm across the river, and now we begin the significant climb up to Bluff Mountain over the next 8.8 miles. It goes from 600 and I think it was 65 feet at the river to 3,351 feet. So I'm too tired to do the math. Somebody do the math for me and how many feet per mile we're gaining. Sounds pretty significant to me. So, as I say at the beginning of every hike, here we go. So it looks like I'm following an old logging road, haul road. Given that there's a lot of gravel on it, a little small gravel, pea gravel we call it, it very well could have been some type of rail system that they used for the locomotives, particularly Shay locomotives that were good about going up hills. We were getting back into the woods to log all this, but I'd say it's definitely a logging road of some type. This is very, very wide, and you can see where they've cut into the hillside, cut rocks out and stuff like that, and it's following pretty much the incline of the stream, which is the way they did it, but it's obviously been made through here. And I don't think it's a Forest Service road. I think it's just an old logging road or rail bed. Anyway, it's interesting. You follow those a lot on the AT. Unfortunately, you don't get to follow them for long, and you branch off into the woods, and then you're going straight up. Pity they couldn't follow them all the way till they peter out. Anyway, this little stream over here just makes for a very pleasant morning hike. All right, I just passed the next shelter on the way to Punch Bowl, which is about 8 miles away. Just want to look at these poplar trees. I mean, they're awesome, but they're so freaking big, so you wonder, how did those escape the axe or the saw back when this whole area was logged? I guess they were either small or they or they didn't. Pardon me. So yeah. So one of the things that I think I saw answered the question about, did the fire jump across the James, and I don't think it did. I have not seen, since I crossed, I've not seen any evidence of fire through here, at least for some time. So maybe I'll come to an area that it wrapped around, jumped and wrapped around or something, but so far hadn't seen that. So maybe I answered that question. Gorgeous looking dogwood and redbuds there. Wow. So spring has sprung here in the woods of James River Wilderness. You know, I hadn't noticed in my woods, pretty redbud there too. I'm gonna take a picture, hang on. So this area right through here is like a cliff walk. A lot of stair stepping, coming up cliffs, a lot of rock scrambling and everything, but really good view. I don't know if there'll be a better view, so if there's not, then I want to get this one. But you can see the whole valley down there that the James River runs through. And it doesn't really look really populated till you get way off in the distance down there, but yeah. So it's just, golly, what a wonderful creation we live in, huh? Appreciate you, God. I came from so I was down there in that river, crossed over that and come all the way up here. Still got a long ways to go, but I think I've only covered about 3 or 4 miles of coming up this mountain to get to the top of Bluff Mountain. And it's got a lot of these formations on it, so I guess that's why they call it Bluff Mountain. All right, let me get going. It's getting chilly. The wind's not so bad right now, but it's still getting a little chilly. Oh, I think down there you can see the bridge I came across. Yeah. All right, talk to you in a bit.
Well, I'm gonna go get the van. Okay. Okay.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Have fun. Happy trails.
Thank you. You as well.
I'll see you at the reservoir.
Well, you're coming out where I am. I'm planning to go. There's a road there to. Well, I reckon this is Bluff Mountain because this ain't nothing but bluffs up there at the top. I hope I'm getting to the top pretty soon because it's wearing me out. I mean, my camera is pretty much level, so you see the grade I'm on. It's got to be a 30-degree grade. I don't know, but it's straight up, ain't no switchback. So whew, wearing my butt out. All right, let me get up there so I can eat lunch. Always cool to meet folks that are subscribers of the channel, and especially subscribers who are thru hikers. So just past Hollywood, we sat and chatted for a while, and he made a phone call. He had a signal, made a phone call to his wife. She follows me too, so that was cool. Talked to his wife. But anyway, he is thru hiking, left out of Harper's Ferry. He was Harper's Ferry flip-flop tag number 11. So he is here, getting ready to cross over the James River, and he's going to head on down to Georgia and then flip back up to Harper's Ferry and hike. I think he said he's going to hike NOBO from there to Katahdin. So it'll be awesome to see him finish, particularly somebody you actually met on trail. Anyway, never know what the trail is going to provide. Lots of really good views through this section. Walking a little ridge section, I hope it lasts forever. But there's a lot of good views even along through here. Bluff Mountain's about 3.5 or 4 away. I thought that was Bluff back there, but nah. Bluff is kind of my crux of this section here, so that's going to be the hardest section. Once I get over that, it's pretty much all downhill. Of course, it is the AT, so it's never all downhill, but that is the highest point. And like I was saying before, gaining 3,300 feet in 9 miles, so 8.8 I think is what it was. So that's a lot, but I've gained most of them now, being up on top of Rocky Top Bridge. So I'm sure it'll go down. I'll lose 2,000 feet of altitude I just spent 4,000 calories making, and I will then have to get back up on Bluff. But it is what it is. Hey, it's an AT, right? So that's what we're doing, and we're gonna keep on going. All right, I made it to the top of Bluff Mountain. Holy moly, what a climb. We'll go up there to the summit in just a minute. That's what's left over of the foundation from an old fire tower that was up here. But I wanted to show you something. So there's a memorial up here for a little boy. This is the exact spot little Odie Klein Powell's body was found April 5th, 1891, after straying from Tower Hill School House November 9th, a distance of 7 miles, age 4 years, 11 months. That is amazing. The climb I just took, what prompted that poor boy to think this was the right way to go to get home, or what was going wrong in his life that he felt he needed to run away, and why did he just keep going up instead of a neighbor's house or something? That's just, wow, that's just, hate that, hate things like that. And that was 1891. How the heck did they find him? I mean, look where we are, folks. We are in the cotton picking wilderness. What made them think to come up here? I don't know. Maybe at the time this was a fire tower. You can see the foundation and the carriage road up here. You know, he had been up here a couple times. Maybe his dad or uncle or grandfather or somebody maybe saw it in the distance, and I don't know. Was it here in 1891? That just makes you think about stuff, and you just hate to see stuff like that. Especially the little boy died in the middle of nowhere, and how'd they ever find his body with as many varmints are out here? I don't know. All right, we don't want this hike to turn dark. So I made it, positivity, made it to Bluff Mountain. Made it up. So now I'm heading on. I got, I don't know, maybe a cup of water at the most. And so I got to go to Punch Bowl. I mean, look, that's all I got. Punch Bowl's a couple miles away, and where I'm staying at the reservoirs even further. I can't remember. I'll look at it in a bit, but so I got to get some water because I'm out. But I did want to just look at this view, take a few pictures, take it all in, say a little prayer for the Lodi. All right, back on trail. All right, so I'm about 9/10 of a mile from where I'm staying tonight. I'm not staying in a shelter. There's road the Reservoir Road. Come across it. It's a gravel road, but there's supposed to be some really good camp spots there right at it. Then like a, I don't know, quarter mile or 1/10 of a mile or something at the crossing. So supposed to have good tent spots down by the creek or something, and so there's a water source, and I'm gonna try that. I'm coming at the end of a 18-mile day. I kind of said, nah, I'm not gonna be doing those kind of big miles while I was out here, and unfortunately the way the mileage worked here, there's kind of hard not to. Let me explain that further. So I could have stopped at 12 miles or 12 and a half at Punch Bowl, and that would have given me a 12-mile day. Yeah, 12-mile day again tomorrow when I'm coming out. So, but it was 3:30 when I got there, and I hate setting up camp and then having, you know, 5 or 6 hours of daylight that I could be hiking. That being said, also hate feeling like crap after about mile 13. Everything hurts. Feet, ankles, back, the freaking eyelids hurt. So by going the extra 4 miles, I cut those 4 miles off tomorrow, and so I'll have a 9-ish day out instead of a 12, and it is tomorrow looks like all uphill. So my first 3 miles a day were downhill or flat, but then it was 9 miles uphill. But that was the, you know, the 2,600 foot elevation gain in 8-9 miles. So hadn't looked at it yet. Hopefully I won't be gaining that much tomorrow. Hope it's going uphill, so it ain't gonna be easy, but I'll be fresh in the morning. So that's kind of the plan. Probably won't have another video today just because Bloobs is a thru hiker, left January 31st, and he is supposed to be camping down here as well, so I don't really do updates around other folks. So that'll be that. All right, if I don't see you again, this is the end of day 2. We'll be coming out tomorrow. All right, folks, see you later. So that's Iron Man and his wife, and they're boondocking. That's all they do now is boondock. He's retired after he sold his business, but I lied to you. I am going to take a picture of this, or include one more video of this suspended bridge. Not too many of these. I've been on the AT. Yeah, so they gave me a beer, and gonna go down here and find a camping spot and some water, and gonna enjoy the evening. And anyway, I did want to share the bridge with you. All right, have a good evening.